never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer, fine.
Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. It's a Monday, so let me start out the video by saying that I hope everybody enjoyed their weekend, especially if you're one of those who gets a Monday through Friday job and you get the weekends off. Hopefully you enjoyed all of your family time. Today, we're going to be talking about college football, and we're going to be talking some Major League Baseball. But we'll start today's video by talking about NASCAR. We had the NASCAR race yesterday afternoon from Sonoma. It was the 16th race of the season and the final race for Fox. They'll be off next weekend. It's the only off weekend of the year for the Cup Series. And then in 2 weeks, on Sunday, June 26th, they'll move over to NBC. They'll be at Nashville that weekend. So since there's no NASCAR Cup race this weekend, there will not be a NASCAR review next week. So let's go ahead and talk about the race from yesterday. We had our 12th different winner this season. It was the 4th driver this year to win his first career race. Daniel Suarez came home with the win yesterday. I think I've said in some previous NASCAR review videos that I expected Daniel Suarez to get a win sometime this year. It was yesterday. He joins Austin Cindric, Chase Briscoe, and his partner Ross Chastain at Trackhouse Racing as the 4 drivers to score their first career victory this season. Chris Buescher came home second, followed by Michael McDowell, Kevin Harvick, and Austin Cindric. 6 through 10 was Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain, Chase Elliott, William Byron, and AJ Allmendinger. Daniel Suarez is the 5th foreign driver to win a Cup Series race since he is from Monterrey, Mexico. He joins drivers such as Mario Andretti and Juan Pablo Montoya, who are some other foreign drivers to win a NASCAR Cup Series race. It was a decent race. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It looked like Chris Buescher was going to be able to get close to Daniel Suarez for the win. He got within about 0.2 of a second, and then after that, Daniel Suarez just pulled away and actually won the race by about 5 seconds. So the longer they went in that last green flag run, the bigger his lead got. And as I said, no race next week, but it was strange because Clint Boyer was not there, and all they said during the race was he was away for personal matters. And that could be a plethora of things. So hopefully it's nothing serious, but they did not give any kind of details. So instead of Mike Joy, Tony Stewart, and Clint Boyer calling the race, it was Mike Joy, Tony Stewart, and Larry McReynolds, which I'm perfectly fine with that because even though I like Clint Boyer, I love Larry McReynolds. He has probably the most irritating voice ever, but the man loves his NASCAR. Anybody that's that passionate about whatever sport they're talking about, I'm all about. And Larry McReynolds is probably the biggest NASCAR fan that's ever walked the face of the earth. And he's very intelligent and very knowledgeable, so I have no problem with him in the booth. But again, Tony Stewart did a great job, just like he did earlier this year when he was in the booth back in February at Daytona. Any thoughts on the NASCAR race? Please feel free to let me know. Our Braves review this week can be a good one, but a quick one, because there's really nothing bad you can say this week. The Braves had an excellent week. Of course, they were off 1 week ago tonight, last Monday, but they won all 6 games this past week, took both games from the Oakland A's and all 4 games from the Pirates, and then the previous week they won Wednesday through Sunday. So the Braves are currently on an 11-game winning streak, and they are now in second place, still behind the Mets, but only by 5.5 games. And I'm glad they're playing good, because the Phillies, in case you have not heard, actually fired Joe Girardi. And since the Phillies fired Joe Girardi, they look like a completely different team. So if the Braves were not playing good right now, they would probably be in third place in the division. But they're not off this Monday. They're back in action tonight, kicking off a 3-game series with the Nationals that are run through Wednesday. And then they're off on Thursday, and they play the Chicago Cubs in a 3-game series starting Friday and going through Sunday. Any thoughts on the Braves? Please feel free to let me know. And then we'll wrap up today's video by talking some college football. In case you have not heard, it was announced last week that Cincinnati, Houston, and Central Florida are joining the Big 12 starting in 2023. So this will be the final football season for Cincinnati and Houston and Central Florida in the AAC. So the AAC is going to have to find some teams really quickly to replace them, because those are by far the 3 best teams in that conference. So if they lose all 3 of those teams and don't replace them with good teams, then the conference is not going to make it. I know SMU had 1 double-digit win season, but you can't expect that on a year in, year-out basis. So Cincinnati, Houston, Central Florida are clearly the most consistently good teams in that conference. So they're not going to be able to replace them with a bunch of, nobodies. They're going to have to find some good teams to replace them. Otherwise, the AAC will not make it. Any thoughts on Cincinnati, Houston, or Central Florida going to the Big 12? Please feel free to let me know. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. I'm never again donating money to anyone collecting for a marathon. They just take the money and run. And that wraps it up for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.